What's up, everybody? Eric here with another EWE Reviews. Today we're going to be talking about the new movie Renfield. This will be a spoiler-free review, so don't worry about me giving anything away. Before we get into that, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Alright guys, so first off, just let me let you know, I already am going to tell you, this movie is way more fun than maybe you think it's going to be, so I enjoyed it a lot. So let's actually get into some information for the movie. Alright, Luke's been a little bit chaotic. Alright, so this movie came out on April 14, 2023. The director is Chris McKay. The cast includes Nicolas Cage, which we'll talk more about in the spoiler-free thoughts, but I love Nicolas Cage in this. Nicholas Hoult, Awkwafina, Ben Schwartz, Shohreh Aghdashloo. I love the cast for this movie. I think they all did a great job in what they're trying to do, so thank you for them for giving me a fun movie. So there's a runtime of 93 minutes. I watched this in standard format. This didn't have Dolby or IMAX at my theater. And when I think about it, I was already like, I'm pretty sure Super Mario, if you saw my review from last week, that movie's going to make a buttload of money. This movie's not that. This is probably one of those movies that's not going to make a lot of money, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun for people. So watching the standard format. And it does not have a post-credit scene, so if you're going into the movie and you're wondering afterwards, oh, are they trying to set up a sequel or anything? No post-credit scene. Alright, so the plot of this movie is Dracula, you know, Count Dracula, and this one played by Nicolas Cage. He's right now needing to be tending to because he got like a bad fight and he needs to recover, so his assistant Renfield and him are now in New Orleans, and Renfield is starting to have some thoughts about, hey, did I mess up my life or something like that? Like, he's not happy what he's in. He feels like he's in a toxic relationship. And there's a lot of aspects of that I thought was really cool for this movie. So Renfield is trying to break out of this codependence to Dracula, and that's the basic idea of this movie, whether or not he's eventually gonna like turn on Dracula. All right, so those are the plot of the movie, some of the information about the movie. Now let's go into my thoughts on the movie, spoiler free. Like I said, I had a lot of fun with this movie. Like, if you guys have noticed with any of my reviews, if a movie is short but gets to the point, I usually love that. And this is one of those movies. So it's gory as hell. Like, if you're something that's queasy from blood, maybe this isn't the right movie for you. But I had a lot of fun with this movie with the gore because it was gory and it did stuff that I was just like, even in the theater, I was like, oh, and there was other people in the theater saying the exact same thing because we were just like, did they just do that? And oh man, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like you see Renfield do stuff that you're like, oh my god. But at the same time, you're just like, this is great. So it's like, I didn't find it gross, but it was just like, did he really just do that? So it was a lot of fun. And then this relationship that Renfield has with Dracula, you're just like, oh, Renfield, come on. And there's moments in the movie where you're like, no, Renfield, you're almost out. Like, you feel for the character. You're just like, oh man, I want Renfield to like get out of this relationship so bad. Like, screw Dracula. And I don't even hate for the fact that he's killing people. It's like, no, screw Dracula, because I don't like how he's treating Renfield. Like, he gaslights him. And you're watching the movie, you're like, dude, he's gaslighting you. Get the hell out of this. And it was just a lot of fun. I don't know why I enjoyed it so much, guys. I was having a lot of fun with this movie. And there's other aspects of it. So like Nick Cage, he goes full on Nick Cage with this movie. He's not trying to be a serious Dracula at all. And he just goes like, you know what? I'm going to go as over the top as I can and be like a smug asshole. And it's just like the way he just does everything. And when he gaslights Renfield, you're just like, you asshole. And you're just like, Renfield, kick his ass. And trust me, I cannot explain how much fun I had with this. Nick Cage is just like, he went full on Nick Cage, and like, he's the bad guy. You're just like, you want to see Nick Cage die. You're just like, oh, I want to see you die. You suck so much. All right. And you act, like I said, you feel for Renfield. And the best thing about this movie to me is like, I don't feel like anyone took this movie that seriously, even the actors, but I think that helped it out. It's like, you just, I want to say, outside of Renfield and Awkwafina's characters, I want to say no one else in the movie takes it seriously. Even the bad guys, they don't even seem like they're taking things seriously. And I think that was like very credit to this movie where it's like, oh, you're just in it to have a good time. So this is one of those like, you're just there to have fun. That's all this movie really felt like. And okay, so those are the positives about the movie. Let's move into some of the negatives. Do I think they could have done a better job with this movie? Absolutely. I think they lean so much into the comedy aspect of it that I think some of the other things suffer because of that. They could have done a little bit more, not necessarily the codependence, but making it a little bit more darker. Because the movie is more lighthearted more than anything. Even when Dracula, like, they're killing people, it still feels really lighthearted. And I know it's hard to explain of, like, you're seeing people getting killed in masses. It's not like he's just killing, like, a few people. It's usually, like, and you see some of these deaths and you're just like, what? But it's just like, all right. So you're like, could they have gone on a darker approach to make it a little bit more darker? Would that have helped the movie? I think maybe if they would have gone a little more into the premise, maybe it would have helped. Maybe shown some of their past. They showed their past, but like maybe show a little bit more of it. Maybe that could have done stuff. The movie's also predictable. So, or if you watch the trailer, you could probably figure out most things in this movie. There's a few things you can't figure out from the trailer because they're not even in the trailer. There's another subplot that I was just like, where did this come from? That's not in the trailer, but it didn't hurt the movie. The subplot, I'm not even sure if I'd say it has a proper ending, but it's there. And then the movie has one problem. It's my biggest nemesis. When you have an ex machina that can, if the main characters have like trauma or something bad or things like that, there's a way of having an ex machina that's like, oh, that's fine. So like, if you watch the movie Shazam 2, the new one, there's one at the end of the movie where I was just like, oh no, and that took me out of the movie. However, that movie, it just came out of nowhere. In this one, it's in the plot from the start, and you can kind of tell it's there, and you're like, this is eventually going to be there, and the way it's used at the end, I was just like, you kind of ruined the scene earlier in the movie, but all right, whatever. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the movies, guys. So let's now move on to my score. I'm actually going to give this a 7 out of 10. I thought it was good. Do I think it's amazing or great? Nah. This is one of those like movies you just go in and you have a nice laugh, you have fun, and afterwards just like, you know what? I enjoyed myself. That's all this movie's meant to be. Could they've done a better, like I said, they could have done a better job with it, but I thought it's still good. I enjoyed it. I know on Rotten Tomatoes, a lot of people are being, and I can see on Rotten Tomatoes and other sites, a lot of it also is the comedy aspect. And comedy is very subjective, so not everyone's going to be on the same page with that. So for me, the comedy worked. I'm not sure for you guys if it would. If you watch any of my other comedy reviews and you agreed with me, then maybe this is the right movie for you. So I definitely recommend this movie. It's an easy, nice flick. You just go in. It's 90 minutes long. It's like, okay, you can be fine with it. It's not that long. You'll have fun. If you don't want to watch it in theaters when it eventually comes to streaming, watch it there. But I definitely recommend you watch this movie because it's a lot of fun. I love watching fun movies. So yeah. So let me tell you now what I'm going to be doing next. So I'm going to do the Picard for this week review, and I watched the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey movie. And we're going to tell you right now, you're going to want to watch that review because I have some weird thoughts about that movie. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought and what other movies or shows you guys want me to review. But thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.